intro vibrational tone here before a couple people show up. It's interesting to be back. And first of all, I want to say thank you to everybody that reached out over the past 10 days to check in and see if I was still alive on the planet. Yeah, I was in detention for sharing truth. And we're going to talk about that a little bit today. Such an exciting time right now. Are you excited? Is everybody excited? And if you're not excited, then notice what's coming up. Yeah, Paige says yes. Hey, Paige. Hey, Nicole. Yeah, because the truth of this whole thing, if you really zoom out and look at what's happening, things are being revealed right now. Hey, there's Davia. Hey, Davia. Things are being revealed right now that have been hidden for thousands of years. And so if I can share anything on this download today, I want to invite us to recalibrate our conscious awareness, how we are intentionally creating our reality in timelines. Hey, Jose, great to see you, brother. Thank you so much. How we are consciously and intentionally creating our reality every morning and then throughout the day. You're consciously creating your reality every single morning, right? As soon as you wake up, as soon as you realize that you just came out of what we call the sleeping dream, because we're dreaming all the time, right? Yeah. It's just a bunch of energy. And these timelines that we either manifest and attract to us, either intentionally or just not really being conscious. And you can see what's so great about what's happening right now is, yes, it can be intense. A lot of people, it would appear, are being harmed and deceived and manipulated through fear and through an inability to just question reality and the information, or for those of us that know, the disinformation that's being just pummeled through the channels of control, which are, anybody that's on this transmission knows, media, television, history's all been manipulated, science. I mean, it's whatever they pay people to say, and the people with money. So that can be a little bit frustrating. But the thing to get excited about is that Anybody that's paying attention can see right now that all of the deception is being just spotlighted with the light. And the light and the energy that's coming into the planet right now has never done this in history. I mean, I don't know. You know, like my teacher, Don Miguel Ruiz said, he said, don't believe me, don't believe yourself, but you can feel it. You can feel the information. You can see the information that's coming in. You can see kids are more awake. People are waking up. And we've got this stuff, these incredible waves, incoming waves of light codes and energy. Lisa says, Canada is so slow. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Slow is the ego. Hey, Daryl, great to see you. And I'm not directing this at you personally, Lisa, but this is for me. This is for Jeff. Slow is the ego in 3D going, I'm allowing something in the external to take me and pull me out of my happiness right now. That's in reality what it is, if we really want to break it down. Because we chose to come here at this time. And so there's a deeper knowing. But what would distract us and pull us out of that knowing? Only distractions and disinformation in the external world, which is mainly, I mean, what is it? What is it that's got people wearing masks, squashing their God-given immune system, breathing back in their bacteria, and then running to get a prickly thing? It's all the media. It's all the media, and believing that and not being able to see the repeating program. It's the same thing over and over and over. It's just that this time they were able to really ramp it up, and enough people didn't question it. And so they began to shame the people that were questioning it. You know, this whole thing, you're a conspiracy theorist. Hey, I'll tell you something. Every single conspiracy theory I ever checked out turned out to be 100% true. And in most cases, it turned out to be even deeper than what was originally figured out. Okay? So why I'm sharing this is to put a little bit of framework around what's happening and why it's so great right now, because there's only two choices. It's so crystal clear right now. We either consciously and intentionally track and set our frequency and our intentions every single morning and every single day, or we're going to get pulled in and we're going to stay stuck in 3D. And for many of us, we may go in and out. I'm in 5D. I'm happy. I'm creating my reality. Oh, now I'm thinking about these people and what they're doing. And, you know, so here's what I offer as a solution. Yeah, I don't mind. I'm actually a conspiracy factualist. Conspiracy theorist was created by the CIA. Most people watching this would know that. And it was to shame people. And, you know, it's okay, because it's all of these inversions are backfiring now. So let's get into why we're here. All right? Let's get into why we're here. Number one, are you excited right now? Are you excited? Can you see that even though there's more darkness being exposed, but can you see there's more darkness being exposed? Once it is exposed in the light, it begins to lose its power. And all of these inversions that were set up to manipulate and control us are all being exposed. I mean, what a great thing. And yes, it's a little bit painful, but look back hundreds of years, thousands of years. Look back in history. I don't know if you can remember past lives. I personally can't yet. We're doing 3 nights of ayahuasca here at the Retreat Center, Maladara, on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's 9:11 right now on my clock here in Thailand. It's Tuesday morning, 9:11. I'm in the future a little bit. And yes, so we're doing our monthly plant medicine retreat. But I don't currently remember any of my past lives. But I don't really need to, because unless you can use that for your self-empowerment, it's just kind of another story. It's another event. And so the great thing is 22 people on here at 11:22. You can't make that up at 9:11. Okay, so we're starting to have some fun and the numbers are showing up. We're on track here. And thank you, everybody, for being here. Your collective energy and just the fact that you're even giving this a little bit of your intention shows what is important to you and that you're on the track. You came here for this. It doesn't have anything to do with me. It's us. And so, excitement, one of the highest frequencies. And since we are magnetic beings and we are manifesting timelines, think of all these here as a timeline. Abundance, perfect health, new earth, 5D, med beds, reversing aging. Do you play with reversing aging every day? If not, I invite you to begin to make that part of your daily self-talk. Waking up in the morning while your head's still on the pillow. Many of you have heard me talk about this. This is a huge part of the Waking Up in the Dream 30-day transformation, step-by-step course that will have you doing the inner healing. Hey, Catherine, great to see you. It'll have you doing complete inner healing, 30 days or less, and completely dismantling your belief system and the automatic programs that we've been taught to run our entire lives. It's the most powerful step-by-step process that I know of for accelerating the healing and the awakening process. And then from there, you begin to see, oh, this works. And the beauty of it is, and the reason it works so powerfully, is because it gets us to identify the programs. And we cannot dismantle a program unless we can see it. And so this step-by-step process gets people to be able to see the program, the wound, find the gift in them, and then be able to set their intention every single morning, which sets their magnetic frequency. Talking and loving on every one of your cells every morning, giving love to your innate intelligence, all those trillions of cells that have been loving on you ever since you've been in the womb. If you don't know this, take this in right now, or at least be open to it. Every one of those trillions of cells is alive, consciously aware, and they're listening to every single thought, word, and the emotional frequency, vibration that we put on them, whether we're aware of it or not. So if we've got 50 to 80,000 thoughts running underneath the surface all day long, starting when we wake up, and we don't go in and consciously and intentionally and lovingly and excitedly smiling and consciously creating our reality every morning, then it's very possible that we're just going to be running the same programs underneath our subconscious and carrying in with us our past. And the only way to not do that is to get real excited, to understand how this game of frequency and vibration works, and to understand that we are magnetic beings. And so how do you program a magnet? You set its frequency. You set its magnetic attraction with your thoughts, your words, your vibration. Every time you smile in love on every one of your trillions of cells, your vibration goes up. Every time you laugh, your vibration goes up. Every time you align with like-minded people, your vibration goes up. Every time you sing or tell a joke or put your bare feet on the earth or look into somebody else's eyes and acknowledge them or smile at somebody or give thanks to a tree, a plant, a flower, a bird, a dragonfly, a snake, any type of Mother Nature, your food, your water, your drink, everything, your vibrational frequency goes up. It's not rocket science. It's just practicing being consciously aware and learning and knowing that you are consciously creating your reality and attracting or repelling. Could be abundance. Let's use abundance, okay? Because that was a big one for me. Up until several years ago, I had the same program running with money my entire life. You know, my dad died when I was very young, and there was a lot of fear around money. My uncle, who was my dad's brother, had 8 children. It was always about money, not having enough money. Hey, Lisa, great to see you. Not having enough money, you know, for food, for school supply, all this stuff. It was always talk of lack, okay? And I paid for a lot of courses. I paid for, you know, the CDs and DVDs to The Secret, and I did 2-handed EFT tapping, and I did all the money mantras, and it didn't work for me personally because nobody taught me how to go in and track my frequency, which is what this book and digital course in Journeying with Me one-on-one every month does. And it's the reason why I come on and do this, because I've been so blessed to manifest the teacher that I manifested, Don Miguel Ruiz. I've been so blessed to manifest the people in my life. I've been so blessed to manifest the painful situations that had me suicidal, that had me ready to leave the planet, that had me in so much pain that I had to seek out other teachers. I had to go deeper. And I didn't know how to do it. But there was an inner calling. And so when I didn't have the courage to commit suicide, which is really the only reason I didn't, to be perfectly honest with you, and this was 20 plus years ago, but this journey of meeting Don Miguel Ruiz in 2001, becoming an apprentice for about 10 years in San Diego, and being his recording engineer and really studying with him and his family and Jose and Michael Jr. and all the other, you know, Toltec teachers. This was a long journey before I put together this book and this course. I mean, it didn't just happen overnight. And that's why I'm so adamant and excited about this process, because I found nothing else that will completely assist somebody in doing the inner healing, the complete dismantling of the belief system, seeing where it came from. Your belief system isn't even yours. Now that was one of the biggest aha moments I ever had in 2001 or 2002. That was mind-blowing. That opened everything up for me. I had to figure out all the other processes in this book because nobody taught me. But seeing that my belief system wasn't even mine was mind-blowing. I was like, oh my God, look at everybody. Look at me. I'm triggered. I'm in judgment, and I'm reacting to anything that challenges my belief system or that touches on one of my wounds. And I didn't even know what my wounds were because we're not taught in school how to heal. We're taught to put on our best face and try and be the best person we can, which we're all doing that. That's built in. But nobody taught us how to heal. That should be the first thing taught in school, and it will be the first thing taught to children in the newer schools. And I'm converting the book, Waking Up in the Dream, into a book for children. Because learning what an emotion is, and more importantly, what an emotional trigger is. This is what the whole game is about, tracking our frequency and being able to practice it for 30 days to where you can feel what a judgment feels like. You'll begin to catch them. You'll eliminate them because judgments don't exist in 5D and beyond. They can't. Shame, guilt doesn't exist. So what's so great right now about the pressure of what people are being put under is it's making it really, really clear about what our choices are. We either go in and do the inner healing, which is easy. It's easy. If that triggers anybody, just stay with me. Take a breath. Anytime you get triggered, it's about you. It's not about me. If I get triggered, it's about me. And I get triggered, yeah. But I immediately have a process that I've learned and that I share. As soon as you feel it, you go in and you take a breath immediately. Immediately. And if you're smart, which you are, even if you're pissed, you'll smile and you'll go, oh, here's an opportunity to heal and to clear something. And the way that this hologram, this mirror, this reality is set up is every one of my judgments and triggers is about me. Everything out there is just a mirror. The hologram is inverted. It's reversed. It makes us think that things out there are doing things to us. That's the grand illusion. The key is to begin to consistently and intentionally and powerfully create our reality in every moment. And then take off and be like a little kid. Be excited. Be having fun. And watch those timelines that have that same magnetic vibration and frequency of fun, of love, of gratitude, of compassion, of curiosity. They magically and synchronistically begin to show up. But it's not magic. It's the law. It's the law of frequency and vibration. And the more that we tune into this, and what's so great about what's happening right now is people are being forced to face the music. And it's great. Would you rather go another 100 years or come back another few lifetimes? Or would you rather get it done now? Well, the great news is it's already done. The light has already won. This is the cleanup phase. We're in 3D. So as Lisa said earlier, Canada is really slow. Yeah, you got some dark deceivers that are still in power there, but that's okay. Because guess what? What that does is that puts Canada under the magnifying glass for the rest of the world. So whether you know it or not, Canada is receiving a lot of attention. Same thing with China. Same thing with the other countries that have the bad people, USA. But the beautiful thing is it's all being amplified and magnified, and you came here for this. And so things are speeding up. So let's get into it. What's the number one key right now? What's the number one key? The number one invitation is to set and track your frequency first thing in the morning, and then to put some tools in place to come back to it as many times a day as possible, and just check in with yourself. Psst, where's your frequency right now? Are you excited? Are you in the future? Are you in the past? Are you unhappy? Are you working a job that you don't like? Are you in a relationship with somebody who just keeps running the same programs and isn't growing at the same level you are? Then thank them, bless them, love them. So here's the key. I set alarms on my phone every day. And everybody that I journey with, whether it's one-on-one or that goes through the book or the digital online trainings, they set alarms on their phone. Now, I talk about this almost every time I do a live because it's the difference between running on autopilot all day, or what if you had, well, you do, but let me explain it like this. What if you had a job in 3D and you would get paid $1 million a year? Now let's make it 5 million. And you would get paid $5 million a year, and all you had to do was check in every hour and stop. Check in on your body, your frequency, smile. Now you're getting paid $5 million a year to do this, okay? So stay with me, because it's even better than this so-called made-up scenario that I'm offering to prove this point. You're getting paid $5 million a year. And all you have to do is, when you wake up in the morning with your head still on the pillow, before those 50 to 80,000 thoughts start running and all the other things you have to do during the day start running, you commit to taking some breaths and you smile, because you know you're getting that $5 million. You have no problems. You are an unlimited, sovereign, divine creator being. You are creating your reality. It's just that nobody taught you, or for the most part, nobody taught us that that's what was happening. Well, that's what's happening. And there's evidence flooding the planet right now. And so, you're getting paid $5 million a year. You're actually getting more than that, and you're going to see this. All you have to do is consciously create your reality each morning while your head is still on the pillow. Give love to every cell of your body. Talk to your innate intelligence. Breathe in and thank these cells for unconditionally loving on you every moment. They're doing it right now. You don't even have to think about it. Your blood is being purified. Your immune system knows exactly what to do. Exactly what to do. You don't need some foreign, poisonous tracking chip, horrible thing injected into you. And if you did get that, or somebody you know did get it, then that was part of your path. And I believe you can reverse it. But let's talk about that. Well, let me finish my point here. $5 million a year. So this is all about setting alarms. And there will be people that watch this live, and there will be people that go, that sounds like a pretty good idea. And they will not grab their phone and take the 2 minutes to put those alarms into their phone. Why? Because that's what the 3D ego does. It wants to be in control, but it really doesn't want to work or do anything extra. That's the 3D program that keeps people trapped. Okay. So this little 10-cent box here, see, I go to everything's inverted in my hologram. Everything's backwards on my screen. Okay. So I go into my phone. I pull up. See, I've got my alarms there. 11:33, 2:33, 5:33, 7:33. I like to play with numbers because they play with me. They respond back to me all day long, showing me that I'm consciously creating my reality. So here's the key. You go in and set these alarms. You may not catch every single one, and you can put them on vibrate. What's really key, see how I've got them set for every day? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I didn't do that the first time. So I'm intending that all of you, 18 people or whoever watches this, are pulling up your phone right now. And you're going, okay. And I'll even wait for you. But be sure that you click on all 7 days of the week, because if you don't, what happens is when you turn off the alarm, it won't come back on again tomorrow. And I did that the first time. And then I was like, how come my alarms aren't turning on? And then I went and I'm like, oh, okay, programming error. I have to go in and set it for all 7 days. Now, you may not catch all of them, and you can put it on vibrate if you're at work. There's no excuse for not setting an alarm. There just isn't. That's a 3D sabotage program. This is a free tool. Okay? And so let's wrap it up on this. So you're getting paid $5 million a year to consciously create your reality as soon as you awaken in the morning. It would be great to take notes on this if you're not already. And if you want to grab the book, it's on sale for half price. I'll pop in the link. If you want to get it for yourself or for anybody, give it as a gift. It's at the Portal to Awakening. Even if you don't remember the link, just remember Portal to Awakening. You go to my page and it'll have the book, the digital course with the PowerPoint trainings, and then it'll have a link to work with me if you want to journey with me. There's 4 spots open for the month of June. June is already coming up. I only journey with 4 or 5 people a month because once somebody puts their trust in me, we do a call every week, but we go back and forth every day. I'm mirroring on them. I'm taking them through this process. And it's the most powerful process that I know of on the planet. And, I don't say that with an ego. It took me a long time to be able to say that because my 3D program was like, don't say that. That's your ego. No, I spent over $100,000 on all the top courses and seminars in California and Sedona. And they didn't teach me how to do what this teaches you how to do in 30 days or less. And you'll use those tools for the rest of your life. It's priceless. So you're getting paid more than $5 million a day because money is just relative, okay? And it's going to become a moot point pretty soon. Now, if that triggers your ego into, yeah, I've been hearing that forever and da-da-da-da-da, just look at that. Look at it. Because if you're having issues with money right now, there's an invitation to look at what your story is around it. Number one, are you doing exactly what you love? Many people aren't because they got kind of sucked into the go to school, get taught what to think instead of learning how to think and watering your seeds of passion. Then, if you really want to be in the club, you can pay to go to another school so you can be programmed to get into the club and give up 65 years of the best years of your life so you can become what? Retired. It's a spell. You know about spells. Retired. Okay? So back to being excited. Let's shift this. Before we get off this call, we're going to kick ass vibrationally more than we're doing right now. And we're going to collectively blast the entire hologram with love and excitement and gratitude. And so when I talk about if you were to consciously create your reality every morning, and if you have any resistance to this, I would seriously look at it. Because what I'm sharing with you is priceless, literally priceless. It's not just some guy going, my program's so great. This is priceless. And why I come on and do this a couple times a week is because it completely changed my life, and it completely changes everybody's life that goes through this process. And it is my absolute joy to do this, besides playing music and being in nature. So just to refresh, consciously and intentionally creating your reality every morning before those 50 to 80,000 thoughts start running. Okay, so thank you, Desiree. Great question. And this is a Q&A. So if anybody has any questions, please drop them into the comments, because what it does is it opens up the potential for mirroring, for this type of sharing and reflecting. So thank you, first of all, Desiree. I love your profile picture. Thank you for asking your question. It's great. So what do we do when the alarm goes off? We stop. Now, if we're at WORK or at a JOB, then maybe we can't do it. But if you're sharp, you can, because you might see, oh, my alarm just went off in my purse, or it just vibrated. Okay, cool. You can drop in and put that smile on, which relaxes every one of the cells in your body. I can feel it right now. That's why I smile and I get like a little kid, because I do this every day. And I know what's coming when I smile. My body, my cells relax and they get excited. And even if you were at a JOB, you can drop in for 5 to 10 to 20 seconds. And you can certainly do it at lunch or on a break and go, okay. So if you're not at a JOB, well, let's just slim it down. Let's cut it down to a minute, 1 minute. 1 minute, if you did that even 5 times a day, that's 150 times a month. That's going to shift your reality. So here's the process that I do. The alarm goes off. I go, okay, cool. I drop in, I smile. If I'm out riding in the countryside in Thailand, I pull over on my motor scooter. I park it and I just stop and I drop in and I breathe love into every one of my trillions of cells, and I smile and I say, thank you, innate intelligence. Real quick, I stop, I notice, and I do the same thing with a trigger or a judgment or a less than thought or a worry or a fear. And I drop in and I go, okay. What is this trying to teach me? What is this trying to teach me? So we're either loving on ourselves, or if we get triggered into judgment, hey, Takia, great to see you. I miss you too. So we're either consciously amplifying our frequency in every single moment, or if we have a trigger, which can happen, stuff's coming up right now to be cleared. Don't take it personally. Just be playful about it and go, okay, I just got pissed. So what? That's just showing you that you're still holding a frequency or energy against that situation, maybe that person, whatever. They're your greatest teacher. So say thank you. Thank you. Thank you for pissing me off. I'm not joking about this. If you cannot say thank you to somebody that's being your greatest teacher, then you're going to recycle these lessons over and over and over and over, I'll tell you, because I'm living proof. So that's why I do this stuff, because it's the fastest way out of hell. It's the fastest way out of 3D. Okay? So the process, create your reality first thing every morning. Okay? So here's part 2 of lying in bed. You're loving on your cells. Well, what do you think about? What do you think about? Well, you think about what is your ideal reality. So for most people, that's I'm doing my ideal vocation, meaning I'm teaching, I'm coaching, I'm playing music, I'm cooking, I'm growing, I'm planting a garden, I'm playing music, I'm traveling, I'm whatever I'm doing, I'm supporting people and I'm loving it. Now, if that's not your current reality, then what do? Then I lie in bed with my eyes closed and I see my ideal reality, the people, the abundance, the finance, my perfect health, traveling the world, playing concerts in front of huge audiences, hanging out with all my wild jungle dogs, animals, dragonflies, butterflies, purple orchids, orange orchids, magic. I see it is here now because I know how this magnet called Jeff works. And when Jeff feels that his magnet is fully aligned and he's smiling and he's excited like he is right now, he can't help but magnetize in what he sees in his mind is already here now. Not in the future. Not I wish, I hope, I try, I want, I should. Those are weak ass words. And when you begin to track your frequency, and if you go through this, you will have a sheet, a PDF sheet, and you will begin to track it, and you'll fill out this sheet every night. There's a little spot for it. And you'll begin to catch every judgment, every trigger. Yeah. And you will start to dismantle decades of judgments, doubt, shame, guilt. And then you'll start to create your ideal reality. Why? Because you see how the magnet called you, which is your I am presence, actually was set up to work. It's just that we got hijacked by the 3D controllers and we didn't know any better. And now we know better, and it's time to kick some serious ass. And that's what's happening. Look around. Everything's being exposed. So, before we go, and thank you to everybody that stayed on here. If anybody has any other questions, feel free to drop them in about the process, about healing, about creating your reality. And I'll do my best because I know nothing. That's my position of power. Only the ego wants to know. I know certain things. I might not be able to prove them, but I know that my frequency creates my reality and my beliefs create my reality. And that my belief system wasn't even mine. And until somebody goes through that process and is willing to look at all their beliefs and go, well, these didn't even come from me. Look at everybody out there. They're all reacting to all this information or disinformation. It's not even theirs. Belief system isn't even yours. How's that for a mind exploding, who the hell am I now? Wake up call. It's okay. Yeah. Thank you, Paige, for coming on. I love you guys. You're just me. You're my mirror. You know, I didn't even know if anybody was going to show up today because I've been in jail for 10 days. First time ever. Yeah. Which is a little surprising because I've been posting the stuff nobody wants to post for 10 or 15 years. You know, I've known about the pedophiles. I grew up in the Catholic Church. I've known about the deception of religion. I was in Catholic school in second grade. You know, I don't know how I knew. I just knew because your intuition tells you. You can feel the frequency of pissed off, angry nuns and deceivers. You can feel it. I just didn't know what it was called when I was in second grade. But anyway, all this stuff is being exposed right now. So is it Mel? Hey, Mel, can I talk about healing with the jab? Yeah. And again, I know nothing. But the power of the mind and the fact that we are consciously creating our reality is our ace in the hole. Okay? So let's say, and this is really important here. This is going to tie in a couple of really big pieces right now. It's giving me goosebumps. So thank you for the question. It was part of my notes, but it's kind of difficult for me to go back to my notes and keep my train of thought because my train falls off the tracks real easily because I want to give everybody the full download of everything that I can. And if you'll notice, I do my best to do that. And every live, I don't just talk about one thing. I want people to get the whole picture. But there's really only 3 pieces to it. It's real simple. And in the new schools, you really only need to learn these 3 things. Inner healing, your belief system isn't yours, dismantle it, and then how to consciously and intentionally create your reality with your thoughts, your words, and the emotional frequency that you put behind it, which creates your vibration and frequency, which must attract the corresponding like vibrational outcome. Okay? So, I'm just going to take this comment off the screen, just in case the AI bots are smart enough to track it. Anyway, so a lot of my friends, a lot of my family, a lot of people in the US gave in to the fear. Mind-boggling to me. Utterly mind-boggling that somebody would not read the ingredients, especially if there's 37 pages of toxic ingredients and disclaimers. Okay, well, they didn't. So God bless them. Guess what? That's part of their soul contract. It just is. We don't know. And they're perfectly playing their role to wake other people up. So here's a real huge key that all of us can always use a reminder. Well, I know I can, and I'm only talking to Jeff right now. Everything I'm saying right now is just to remind Jeff. I don't even know if there is anybody out there. Maybe this is all just happening in my head with chemical reactions, because there's a lot of evidence that supports that theory or fact. I don't know. I'm just playing in the field with my frequency and my vibration. So, number 1, if you or anybody you know did get the prickly thing, then that's done. Okay? So moving forward, the only thing to do is to love on your body, to love on your body, love on your body, and raise your frequency. I do not give in to entertaining or vibrating in timelines that are fear-based. I do not consent to having my DNA hijacked. I do not consent to having my immune system compromised. I just don't. So how do we do that? We keep our frequency in love, excitement, and gratitude, and we love on our body more than ever. More than ever. So if you did get it, then it's a great incentive and reminder, just be loving on yourself. Loving on yourself. Eat healthy. Get out in the sunlight without sunglasses, without sunscreen. All these things that were designed to stop us from having the healing rays from the Creator. Okay? So hey, Elizabeth, great to see you too. Hey, Samantha from Edwardsville, Illinois. I love it. Love this technology. I'm talking through a $10 computer. I'm in northern Thailand. I'm not even plugged into the wall. All this is going through thin air. And it's Tuesday here. I'm in the future compared to the people in the US. It's my morning here. So before we wrap up and do our collective amplifying the field and our bodies together, 22 people on here. I love it. Thank you, everybody. I'm intending you find this valuable. So, how do we navigate through what is the big 3D push right now? The big 3D push is for everybody to be at odds. The big 3D push is for everybody to be in fear of the people that did get the V and the people that didn't get the V, and shedding and all this other fear-based shit. It's all fear all the time. Tune in. The Tell-I Vision. 1 million channels of fear with a little bit of love thrown in, just like religion. It's all fear-based manipulation. It's all giving your power away to something in the external. So, how do you consciously take back your power? How do we do it? And we're doing it right now. That's the good news. How do we do it? We do the opposite of what the deceivers want everybody to do. They want us to be in judgment, in condemning, and in fear of our brothers and sisters. No. Hug them. Love them. Be compassionate. Hold the higher frequencies: love, excitement, gratitude, compassion, kindness, generosity. Don't fall into the 3D game. You're smarter than that, or you wouldn't be watching this transmission of some nut job talking about this type of stuff. Okay? So the key is trust that everybody else is exactly where they're supposed to be. How do you know that? Because that's where they are. The hologram doesn't lie. All it does is mirror back frequencies. And you can actually affect the frequency of somebody else with your thoughts and your kindness and your intentions and your compassion and your generosity, and you're not going into fear, and you're giving them a big hug, and you're not wearing a mask, but being kind about it. Being able to hold a conversation with people that are triggered, that are pissed off because you just walked into Trader Joe's, or I don't know if they're doing the 3D thing. But be smiling. Hold your frequency. You don't need to get into battle. You just hold your frequency. You are immune to the toxic triggers of other people. That's their choice. But you can stabilize a lot of environments just by being in your heart. The way that they're pulling everybody down right now is through the head. Look around. It's like flashing neon signs. Fear, 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 separation, judgment, guilt, shame, and more fear. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. And if you use these tools every day, you will not allow yourself to be pulled down for more than a second or two. Can you imagine eliminating judgment from your automatic thought process? Judgment, by the way, is the biggest addiction on the planet. It's not drugs and alcohol. It's judgment, by far. And it's so easy for them to get people into judgment. All they have to do is set up opposing things. Republican versus Democrat. This religion versus that religion. White lives matter, black lives matter. I mean, come on. It's the same frickin' program over and over and over. Do you see it? Once you see it, you just go, oh, okay. This is how the game's played. All right. I do not consent. So what am I going to do? I'm going to undo the programming. Okay? Do you create your reality every day with an unlimited mindset? I'm going to pause on that for a second. I'm going to ask it again. And if you're with me right now and you're not scrolling and stuff, this could be life-changing for you. Do you consciously create your reality each morning while you're lying in bed before those 50 to 80,000 thoughts start running over and over and over, which just basically pull in yesterday and the past with you. Not saying that it's all bad. Could be great stuff. I know a lot of you out there are master manifestors. And we're all amplifying the field together. And we're all learning and growing. But do you tune in to what the word unlimited really means? Can you even bust through, like, what does that mean? 22 people, 22 comments. Thank you, everybody. Okay. Unlimited. What does that mean? Do you know how to create from an unlimited state of mind? If I were to ask most people, what would you like if you could have anything in life to be happy? They'd all tell me the same 4 things. I want perfect health. I want a house that's paid for. I want my favorite car, whatever that is this year. And then I want enough money in the bank to never have to worry about it again. Everybody's going to say the same thing because that's the way the program was set up. But how much money is enough money that you never have to worry about it again? There isn't a number. You could say 5 million. You could say 10 million. You could say 100 million. I can tell you that the people that have a lot of money worry about it constantly. Most of them, because that's the way the 3D program is set up. Banking, taxes, it's all based on false laws. The whole system is inverted. But the great news is it's all being dismantled right now, and we came here for this. So I'm going to leave you with that. If anybody has any questions, pop them in. If anybody would like to grab one of the 4 or 5 spots for the monthly Waking Up in the Dream one-on-one journey with me, it includes all the PowerPoint trainings and includes me every day for a month. And we do a very in-depth recorded Zoom call every week, which is usually 90 minutes to a couple hours, and we go deep. And every day or every other day, we will be going back and forth. And if you don't think that will change your reality more than anything else you've probably ever done, I can guarantee you that it will, and it is priceless. There's nothing, you can't even put a price on what this will do for you. And it will increase your abundance mindset beyond anything you've ever done before. I'm living proof of it. I did it. I'm doing it every day. And I'm not saying that challenges don't come up, but every challenge is a gift. And when you understand that, you don't let them trigger you and pull you down. You automatically feel it. You feel the frequency of it and you go, oh, okay, here's one. What is this trying to show me? What's the gift here? And then you become a master of creating your reality. So let's jump in and let's amplify the field. And let's go in and give our bodies so much love. I'm moving my mic here so you'll be able to hear my flute. Let's go in and give our bodies so much love. And let's amplify our field and envision what we have already attracted into our reality. Sorry, I moved my mic away. You might not be able to hear me. Yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of the flute. But as we do it, let's envision, amplify, and magnetize on a deeper level than we ever have that which we have already manifested into our reality. Not what we're going to, not what we're going to try and do, what is already here now. This is super, super key. See it is already here now. And do this every morning and do it every time one of your alarms goes off as much as you can during the day. It'll change your life more than anything you've ever done. And if you're already doing it, then right on. Then ask yourself, can I amplify it even more than I've been doing it in the past? Because usually the mind goes, well, if I do it for a minute, that's long enough. Now I got to get back to all my other distractions. That's what the ego does. What if you spent 8 hours a day manifesting instead of working a job? That's my goal. That's what I play with here at the Maladara Retreat Center. And you can do this. I'm living a dream life. And it happened like as it happened and it was being created, it seemed like a lot of stuff was falling apart. For those of you that don't know my story, my recording studio in San Diego, I've been a recording engineer for 30 years in San Diego and LA. I mean, music's my thing, my frequency, playing guitar and, flutes and stuff. My studio, my home flooded and I lost my studio and my house perfectly at the same time. And I ended up giving away 90% of everything I owned. It was sucking. But I asked myself, what's the gift here? And I had the awareness because I had been studying with Miguel and, going through the process that eventually became the Waking Up in the Dream book. And so I met a person online. And I thought this person was my soulmate. So I jumped over to Thailand. And everything fell apart within 2 short weeks. But what was actually happening was I was following my heart the entire time. And I ended up finishing the book, creating a course, taking people through this full time, playing music every day, being in nature, hanging out with the wild jungle dogs, and living at an incredible retreat center and taking people through this process. And you can do it too. Here's what I used to think. Oh man, these people how are these people living in Bali and at these retreat centers and everything? I thought they were all rich. My ego, Larry, he was like, well, they probably have rich parents or, they're trust fund babies or whatever. I was triggered a little bit. That was working against me. What I didn't realize was there's other countries where it's 6 times cheaper to live than it is in the US. I live in heaven for 1/6 of what I was paying to live in California. And why am I telling you this? Because I want you to know that you can do it too. You can come here. You can come stay at Maladara. You can come hang out. You can swim in the saltwater pool every day. You can go out onto the yoga dome every day. You can go in to the healing sound room every day. You can hang out with the dragonflies and the butterflies and the snakes and the wild jungle dogs and the everything. It's heaven. And you can do it here and you can do it in other different countries. What I want you to take away from this is that you can do it. I used to have that frustrating feeling of I don't have enough money, I can't do it. That was an illusion. I wasn't consciously creating my reality every single morning. I was allowing I still don't have enough to run the frickin' program. That's a lie. This process teaches you to feel those lies because their frequency is low. You can feel a less than thought. You can feel lack. They're teaching you to go in and dismantle it. And that's what this whole frickin' process is about. Do it. Give yourself the gift of doing it and then share it with other people. If I did it, you can certainly do it because I was one pessimistic judgeaholic. Yeah, I've been a nice guy, but I was a judgeaholic. That's why I wrote a whole chapter on judgment, the biggest addiction on the planet, and how to dismantle it. You must dismantle it if you're going to move out of 3D. You must. You must do the inner healing if you're going to move out of 3D. You must understand that your abundance or lack of abundance is only created by you, nobody else. It's easy to do it if you make it your focus and you stop the stories of why you can't do it or why something out there is the reason why you can't do it. The government, you lose. The taxes, you lose. If you get sucked in to those 3D programs, you lose because they're set up to specifically lower your frequency and keep you stuck. And this is what we're here to crush and dismantle right now, and we're doing it. So let's get down to doing it. So, I'm going to turn on a little bit of reverb here. And what I invite you to do is to breathe into every cell of your body, give love to every one of those trillions of cells, and then see anything that you desire is already here now. Smile on it, feel it, laugh on it, know it, own it 100%, and you'll know that it's on its way to you. Okay? It can be a little tricky in the beginning because the 3D ego wants to go, it's not here yet, and I don't have the experience of it being here yet. Trust in this process. Trust in it. Trust me. I'm telling you, if I can do it, you can do it. So feel into it as strongly as you can. And then at the end, we're going to send out, sorry about that. We're going to send out our energy to the entire planet. How can it get any better than this? What a wonderful, wonderful thing. So thank you, everybody, for showing up. Thank you to the 22 people that have stayed on here. Thank you for all you're doing. Get excited and stay excited because we are rocking this dream. And what's going to happen in the coming months is going to blow your mind. And you came here for this. So give yourself a big high five. So let's do it. That's a little loud. I apologize for that. If you weren't awake, maybe... When you're trying to do this, I greatly apologize for that. I'm not doing this in my pro studio. I'm doing this with one speaker and a microphone. And you got to be careful, as I just proved. So here we go. All right. Okay. All right. So if you can pull back your composure after that distraction, 3D distraction, love on every cell of your body. See how deeply you can give gratitude to every cell. And then envision being in Thailand or Bali or Costa Rica or wherever you want to be. And see it and feel it, okay? And thank you for being here. How deeply can you feel it? Every one of those cells that's been loving on you ever since you've been in the womb. Are you smiling? Do you feel it? Can you feel your vibration going through the roof? You are amplifying your magnet. So we're coming up on the 1 hour and 11-minute mark. So let's blast it out to everybody around the planet. Give gratitude for everybody that's on this call. There's no mistake that you're here right now. All right? We're coming up on 1 minute, 1 hour, 11. Here we go. Big love to all of you. All right, let's create the wave. Big love to all of you. Thank you so much. Kicking ass right now. So I intend you take these tools, use them every day. What an honor to hang out with all of you. Thank you. Have an incredible day. I'll be back on Wednesday. Much love.